welcome or welcome back. My name is Savannah and this is my crafting podcast. That's not technically a podcast. And Aurora, she's being very vocal. What? This is Aurora, my tripod kitty. She's very vocal all the time. A big brat. Is she gonna be 13 this year? She acts like a kitten still. Oh, but I think she's gonna be 13. And I gotta remember not to lean too far forward. So this is my January update. So a recap, January recap, and kind of February plans, I guess you would say. Not necessarily plans, but plans, I guess, is a good word. Just what is going to be happening. What I have set in my mind that I want to do this month. Anyways, so sorry. I feel very out of practice, even though this is like, what, 2 weeks ago, the last time I chatted with you. Either way, again, welcome or welcome back. Quickly, what I'm wearing, this is the Heirloom Quilt Cardigan by Katrin Seeberger. I made this using Holst Garn Super Soft, held double. I made this back in the summer, the end of the summer. I can't remember exactly. I believe this came out in July. Either way, it's not my favorite. So obviously it's beautiful. I love it. It's just the fit. I know I'm in the sun. I apologize. So it's very cropped. Yes, you could change that, but I didn't. I do find myself only wearing this in my house, actually. I do think I'm going to wear it to work today to show it off, but it's like if I want it to look good in the back, I have to have it up high like this. Or if I want it to look good in the front, then it looks really funny in the back. So I try, I don't know. It's nice and warm though. Holst Garn Super Soft is one of my favorite wools. It is a very warm wool, which is nice. Rustic. It is not super soft like it is the name, but it does soften up with a wash. And I find it cozy, but again, yes. And if this wasn't such a labor of love, I would remake this in maybe just a 2-color version and maybe make it longer. I made the size 2. I think there's only 3 sizes. I made size 2, if you're curious. Also, I believe I list my measurements down below in the description box if you're ever curious. I do try to put them in my Ravelry notes when I am making a garment. I know a lot of my old stuff does not have it, but in my newer project pages, I have been adding my measurements. Also, if you are interested in anything I have to show you, I do have that listed down below in the description box as well as my social media links if you're interested. Anyways, it is, what time is it? 8:32 in the morning. Is February 1st, Thursday. So yeah, let's go ahead and roll into this. I mean, again, this is the Heirloom Quilt Cardigan. I have one finish in the last 2 weeks. And that is the, which one is this? The Oslo hat. Oslo hat by Petite Knit. It's the sun. It was definitely a strange construction. So you start knitting, you knit for a certain length if you have never made this before. And then you have to fold it up and join it together. And then you purl for, well, not purl, you're working, how do you do this? Oh, you knit for a little bit longer and then you do one short row so that it's opposite. So you get like this purl ridge so that when you fold it up, I don't know, it's a little, it's just, I don't know, it's strange. It's strange. I don't mind it, but I don't think I'll be making a hat like this again, only because I'm not really thrilled with the crown. Well, it looks fine. I just don't think it, I'm used to wearing my Stockholm hat, and that's got that weird little point that's kind of popular right now, and I really, really like that. So I'll try this on real quick for you so you can see it. Also, I'll show you the, so it's not, ooh, let's get this hair. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Just a little strange up in this area. Maybe I could have started decreasing sooner and I wouldn't have all this, but other than that, I really don't mind it. Really love the color. So the yarn is Madeline Tosh. It is the Work Sock Sport in the colorway Mars in Retrograde. It is so pretty. And I had, so it doesn't tell you the grams on the label, but I had like 50 some odd grams left after knitting this. And I believe I hit gauge. I don't typically do a gauge swatch when I do accessories. I just wing it. But I think I did check at one point. But I do like it. It actually looks really cute right now. But it's going to be almost 60 degrees today, so I cannot wear this to work. I did find this a little bit funny. I don't know, I have to hold it back so I can show you. Do you see the pooling that happened down here? And then as soon as I switched, like you don't switch needle sizes or anything. I think it had to do with that German short row that I did. And it changed it to more stripy than pooling. So I thought that was kind of fun. Sorry, the sun. But yeah, it did that weird little pooling and then it changed. I don't think it's terrible. But I really enjoy having this cute pink hat. Anyways, I know that doesn't go with my outfit, but maybe we'll go with it? No, not right now. Let's put it back up. Sorry. Okay. All right, so again, that was the only, ouch, pulling my hair. That was the only finished object I've had so far. I've been really slow lately. I think I'm just slowing down. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into whips and then some other things. We'll just talk about things. So I have my storm sweater. It is almost finished. Almost finished, but then I ran into a small hiccup. This one is definitely taking me some time. Maybe not as slow as I thought, but it does feel like a slow process. My storm sweater. So it's body's finished. I think I was right. Where's that? Oh, I'm showing you the back. I'm sorry. Not that that matters because it's all the same. Oh, the sun. I think I was like right here the last time I showed you. So I finished the body. I put the collar on, which looks really nice. And it actually makes me think, this to me looks like it's something from the late 80s, early 90s. But I really like it. I added the first sleeve. And I'm pretty shocked because when I said that I feel like this is really slow, and I'm assuming it is because of the texture. But it's going faster than I, thought, because not this past Tuesday, but the Tuesday prior, I was at knit group and I was doing the sewn bind off. And that's all that, I didn't have a collar, I didn't have any sleeves, so I was just doing that. And by the next Tuesday, this week's Tuesday, I had this at a full sleeve, and I had this sleeve picked up. I think I was like right in this section. So in 1 week, I did pretty good. So it's not as slow as I think it's going, even though it is. Either way, so this is where I'm at. On the second sleeve, I have, let's see, this block, and the cuff left. That's all I have left. And this is all I have left of yarn. Oh, the stinking sun. I hope it's not too dark in here now. I mean, it looks fine to me. I hope it's not too dark. This is all I have left. That's it. Okay, picnic style at work today. Works for me. I did not want to push tables outside again. Yeah, so I am using, what is this? Lion Brand's Fisherman's Wool in the oatmeal colorway. Oatmeal color. Really like it. It just says it's 100% wool. What kind of wool? I don't know, but wool nonetheless. I cannot wait to block this because this bottom just looks funny. This feels really, really big when I try it on, like really big. So I want to get it blocked to see how it looks. Like, hopefully it looks okay, but it's like really, really big. I am knitting the large size, but if you are aware of this pattern, like if you've heard of other people talk about this pattern, or you yourself have looked into it, a lot of the sizes are the same. I think the medium and the large are the exact same numbers. It's just the length of the body is different. Like the sleeves may be different. That is the only difference. I believe there's other sizes that are the same as well. Like, I feel like a lot of the numbers are just the same. So it's a pretty big oversized sweater. But I'm actually just waiting for another skein of this. I'm really bummed that I had to order another skein. If you've seen the Lion Brand Fisherman's Wool, they're big. They're over 200 grams. I can't remember how many yards. I can't remember exactly how many yards are in there. It's a worsted weight yarn, so I think probably close to 400, over 400 yards per skein. Either way, it's a lot. So I was kind of bummed considering I only have a little bit left to go. But I figured maybe I will make a matching pair of socks, even though again it's 100% wool, so it'd be more like, and it's worsted weight, so they're going to be like house socks, not wearing your shoes kind of socks. But yeah, matching socks. I could probably do a hat, but I don't know if I would want a hat in this color, 'cause I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to have quite a bit of yarn left over, which is not what I had wanted. Also, I don't know how long it'll take for Lion Brand to ship the yarn, which kind of sucks. So this is kind of in limbo right now. I was going to see about finishing up this ball and then just putting this aside until the yarn gets here, which is kind of sad, but all knits and pearls as well. So pretty simple sweater. I don't know what else to say about it. I'm just bummed that I couldn't get it finished for January. I was really hoping I could have gotten it finished. Well, maybe not just January, but this week. I wanted to finish it this week. Oh well. Okay, and then so that was my main focus. I hadn't been really working on much of anything else, but I did work a little bit on my artist shawl. I kind of picked it up just like last night kind of thing. It's been a while. Again, this one does hurt my This one does hurt my hands a little bit, so I have to take it easy on it, which is sad. There's some people who crank this out for the knit along, which I'm not entirely sure when the knit along ends. But some people are already finished. It started January 1st. They're already finished. I just couldn't do it because I wanted to finish the other sweater and I knit the hat, and this does hurt my hands. So Artist Shawl by Natasha Hornby. It's so beautiful though. I believe I had just finished the pink section maybe when I showed you. And so I'm almost halfway to chart 2. I'm almost halfway of chart 2 of 3 charts. So I'm gonna finish up this yellow, and then I'm switching the yellow out for blue, so there'll be green diamonds surrounded by blue, which I'll show you the yarn in just a second. So yeah, this was a knit along. I don't know when the knit along ends. Natasha Hornby. It's hosted on Ravelry. You got it all over. It's waffle stitch, 1x1 color work, waffle 1x1 color work, and this down here is all mosaic knitting. But of course the what do you want to call it? Each row gets longer. Not each row. Every other row gets, you know, longer and longer. So it is slow going. Plus with mosaic, you're pretty much knitting each row twice. It looks like normal color work because you still have floats, but all you're doing is slipping stitches. This one will be nice to block as well. Oh, the yarn is super soft. I really, really like this yarn. I'm using, it was ampersand fibers, the Caslon fingering base. It's so soft compared to this. This isn't rough by any means. It's definitely a rustic style yarn. This is soft and it feels plump. It was really a treat to work on this last night. So my colors, again, I don't know the names of all of these or pronounce them, but they're in my Ravelry page. But I got my main color, this green color. This is the pink color. It's not attached, so I can do that. I have the white color. I believe this is, I get it wrong every time. I think it's a Corriedale. It's not a merino. Here's the blue that will go in next. So that's going in next. And then the yellow. Yeah, I believe, oh, that's where this was. I have been looking for this. This needs to go back in my purse. Yeah, I believe it's a Corriedale. If it's not a Corriedale, it's a Rambouillet. But I'm not entirely certain. I don't have any of the ball tags anymore. Because I initially knit all this yarn up into a cardigan. Didn't like the cardigan, so I ripped it out. And now I'm using it for that. So yes. So I need to get working on that as well. I mean, I still have the Traveler's Shawl, but I haven't done much on that as well. And what is the other thing? The Clearview cardigan that I showed last time. I have not touched that at all, which makes me very sad. I have to keep reminding myself that I have it because I keep like thinking, oh, once this storm sweater's done, I can pick a new thing to start. I'm like, no, I have that cardigan. I need to work on that. So once this is finished, Well, you know what? Because I'm waiting on yarn, I'm going to have to pick that thing up soon. So I think this is going to be kind of a focus. And I don't know. I'm trying my best. All right, another whip I have going on. So I started, this one's a little bit of a saga. I started the December bow. I can't remember if I showed you in the last video. I started it with the leftover Sanisgarn yarn that I had, the red yarn. Didn't have enough at all. I was so bummed. I knit like this much and then ran out of yarn. I was like, dang it. So again, I don't know if this is enough, but we're trying. I'm using the leftover yarn from the, this hat. Like I said, I had about 50-ish grams left. I'm hoping this is enough. So, ooh, I stopped in the middle of a row. That is not okay. Okay, that's because I was doing this at work. Let me get this row finished real quick. It'll take 2 seconds. Okay. So this is all that I have for the December bow, by Petite Knit. You have to knit quite a long ways and then do the decreases, and I believe, and then just, you know, fold it a fun way to make it a bow. Yeah, you just fold it a certain way, sew it together to make it a bow. I want to make this into like a hair bow. You know, you put it on one of those barrettes. And I want to have this done for Valentine's Day. So I'm really cutting it close. This is my purse project. So technically I only work on it right before like work officially starts. I did work on it at a basketball game the other day. Which I did have to rip back a little bit because I noticed there's I-cord edges on the ends, and I had missed 2 and just knit through them, so I had to rip back to fix those. But yeah, I really need to get cranky on this. Again, this is that Mad Tosh Work Sock Sport in the colorway Mars in Retrograde. This is what it looks like in garter on a smaller, you know, just a smaller, it's not circumference because it's flat, just smaller. And it's not a smaller needle. I think this is probably the same size as that. So yeah, I'm hoping I have enough yarn to get this. And again, I need to finish this before Valentine's Day, because I have a whole outfit ready to go for Valentine's Day. Let me just move this this progress keeper up. So yeah, I pretty much had to restart this. And I'm just using DPNs. Obviously it's so small. Why not just DPN it? So yeah, these are kind of like the only things that I've been working on knit wise. Now I have something else that I've been working on that I'm going to show you. Where did it? Oh. So before, okay, how do I explain this quickly without rambling forever? My first fibercraft love was knitting. I learned how to knit when I was 18 years old, and then I knit for a while, and then decided to learn how to crochet. So I did that for a while, and then just lots of things in life. I stopped doing knitting and crochet for a while. Just a lot of stuff had been going on in my life. And then when I was pregnant with my son, I was 8 months pregnant, and I discovered cross stitch. And so I fell hard for it. I loved it. I think I did it for a good 5-6 years straight, like hardcore, every single day, must stitch. Pretty much how I feel about knitting, right? You know, so I'm just doing that. And then when knitting came back into my life in 2018, I think it was, I tried juggling cross stitch and knitting and it just wasn't working, so I put cross stitch to the side. But I noticed that every January, for some odd reason, I would just need to cross stitch. So again, it's January, or it was January, so I picked up cross stitch again. So I have like 30 plus whips. I think I have 31, 32 whips total of cross stitch. So I didn't start anything new technically. I did restart something. So I'll show you what I had. So I had this piece. It's a Game of Thrones piece. Absolutely love it. I had it just sitting out actually from the last time I worked on it, just staring at me. I had some issues with the pattern last year. And so I needed, there was an update, and when I went to do the update, I realized that the page breaks, because this is a full coverage piece, didn't match up anymore. So I was like, oh crap. So I tried to make it work with what I already had, but it was just a lot of work, like a lot of mental work to try to figure out how to do this, with what I already have and what, because it's all on Pattern Keeper as well. If you're a cross stitcher, you know what Pattern Keeper is. Pattern Keeper is an Android program that is the most amazing program for cross stitching. I highly recommend it. Again, it's only for Android, which is sad. I need it for Apple, but either way, it was too much mental work, not math, but just mental work, that I decided that I was just going to restart it. So here's where I had before. Let me get this. And I'll insert a photo. Hold on. I'll insert a photo of what it's supposed to look like when it's finished. It's this giant piece. Started it years ago. It probably will never be finished, but I still want to knit it. Nope, cross stitch it. So that's what it looks like. I can't remember the artist's name. I know it's like Raymond something. I'm sorry, I don't know. This is what I had. So I had several pages finished, but then realized that I don't need all this because there's nothing up here but background. So I started to crop it. And then when I got to here, there's a lot of black here. And the original pattern, I realized that there was 2 different symbols for black, and I did not like that. I wanted to be able to stitch all the black at one time, not do it for one symbol and then go back and fill in for the other symbol, especially when there's large blocks of black. So that's when I reached out to the designer. She had an update. She sent that to me, and that's when the page marks, let's see if I don't even think I can see, like they were way smaller. So this is like this right here is one original page. The new pages were like tiny, like super tiny. And it was just really hard I already had this, I had it, all these parked threads marked in Pattern Keeper, and then switching over and trying to find out what I've already stitched and what I haven't stitched. I was like, I don't want to do the mental work. That's the mountain, just, right? Yes, that's the mountain. First bit. And his shoulder. And then there's, I believe, a White Walker. It's really hard to see because he's in the background. I think there's a White Walker right there because there's his like, spear. And this is a dragon wing. Anyway, so I have this giant piece. I'm going to repurpose, well, I'm not going to rip out, obviously, all that, but I do have other patterns that I plan to stitch on that. And since this bug is kind of trickling over into February, I might be starting a new cross-stitch project, which is crazy. Maybe, though, just maybe, because I cannot guarantee anything. But I restarted. I had more of this lovely easy count, 28 count, easy count fabric and stash, thankfully. I bought a lot of it back in my cross stitch days. And I restarted. So it was up here that I started because that was the top corner. I did crop the pattern a little bit more, like I was able to take off that top part of background. And actually the bottom row of pages was just background. So I was able to take out all of that. I think that was like 12% of the pattern. Still a very big pattern. Originally it was 550 stitches wide by 825 tall. And I was able to drop it down to the 700s tall, something like that. Either way, so I started up there, brought it down. So this is part of the dragon's wing. Then here's that sword, and here's the mountain's face. So I did the brown here, and then decided to just go ahead and jump into the black since there's the most colors black on this piece. So I got his face started, and then I came over here because I feel like for me to effectively work on this without being stressed is do 10 by 10 squares down to when I want to stop. I mean, this black keeps going, but I decided to stop here and then go the next row up and then down and then up and then down kind of thing. So there's a lot of black because it's his shoulder right here, and it'll keep going into his chest. There's more in his beard, and then obviously there's like Toman Giant Spain is like right here, and then Gray, no, what's his name? You know, the kid, he's that, I think he's the Baratheon bastard. You know, well, that guy, he's down here too. Oh, I forget what his name was. Either way, so I've been working on this daily, getting about 3 to 600 stitches. I'm only doing this 2/1 half stitch or 10 stitch, whatever you want to call it. Just, you know, enjoying myself, getting reacquainted. At first I was really scared that I wouldn't be able to figure out cross stitch math because it's been so long since I've touched it, but I was able to do it. I am so grateful that I saved information on my phone and all that stuff. So yeah, I've been working on this. Again, this thing is huge. I don't think it's going to be as long. I think it's going to stop around here-ish. But yeah, just crazy bug. It seems like every January the bug hits me. I don't know why. So yeah, cross stitch is back in my life. Okay, I'm going to, that was it for January recap. I do have a little bit of haul, well, not haul, I'm sorry, that is not the correct term. I do have some acquisitions, but I'm going to just kind of filter them in with kind of plans for February, what I'd like to do in February. So not only finish the storm sweater, the artist shawl, the December bow, of course, I'm going to pick up the Clearview cardigan by Sasha Knits. Get that worked on. I don't have a goal really set for that yet. I do plan to do that at some point. I need to get the upper back, like I don't even have the upper back finished. So that's probably like goal number 1. But yeah, let me show you what else I plan to work on or do in February. Along with stash. Okay, we'll just do this one because this one doesn't actually have a plan yet. But I ordered from Woolly Mammoth Fiber Co. for the first time ever. I've been following her for years. Absolutely love her content. I do love her yarn. She just dropped new colors yesterday. Gorgeous, but I can't afford it, so I'm not going to buy it. But during Vlogmas, she had a coupon code for her subscribers, so I went ahead and ordered 4 skeins of her Hearth Decay. I'm hoping that's enough to make something. I'm thinking maybe the Elizabeth blouse by Petite Knit. I had already had other yarn slotted for it, but maybe I'll do it in this yarn instead. But I got, what is this? Tawny number 1. This colorway. I got 4 skeins of this. This is 240 meters to 100 grams, 50% Jacob, 50% BFL, sourced, spun and made in the UK, dyed in Northern Ireland. So yeah, Woolly Mammoth Fiber Co., the Hearth Decay and the Tawny colorway. This was my second choice. My first choice was her Cognac colorway, but that she dies in small batches, so I needed at least 4 skeins. I'm hoping again that 4 skeins is enough for me for a garment. There wasn't 4 skeins of the Cognac colorway. I think I just waited too long because I was hemming and hawing on if I really wanted to order, since it was over $100. So I was able to get this color, which isn't bad. It's just not exactly what I was hoping for. It is beautiful. It's a gray leaning brown, very much on the gray side. I feel like it's just a little bit darker than this color, to be honest. Anyway, so that's, I just want to show you that real quick. All right, so plans. All right, I don't remember if I showed these books in my last video. I don't think I did, but possibly. I got these 2 books recently. I got this one for Christmas. I bought it for myself for Christmas and my daughter wrapped it for me. It's the Pica-Pow by Animal Friends of Pica-Pow by Jan Schneckel. Oh, beautiful. Absolutely love it. And then I loved it so much that I wanted to get book number 3. Book number 2, while there's cute characters in them, there's only like 1 character in that book that I really like, and that's the lobster. So I didn't think it was worth spending the money to get the book if there's only 1 pattern that I really liked in there. But I really like a lot in this one, and I really liked a lot in this one. So I gave my children the option to pick 1 animal from either of these books, and I would crochet it for them. Super cute. So it's amigurumi. So of course, you know, there's book number 1. They didn't choose anything from that. Even though there's cute things in there. They each chose something from here. And I'll go ahead and I'll show it to you. But I really like this chicken and the snail. There's more in here than just that I love, but I'll show you what the kids picked. All right, let's see here. Excuse me, what time is it? I need to hurry up because I gotta go to work. All right, so my daughter picked Eduardo Cutasaurus. Isn't he so cute? So yes, Eduardo is who my daughter picked. And my son picked Angelica Whale. He really likes this one. So yeah, I went on the hunt for yarn. So I don't know if it's a male or a female designer. I guess I could check. Nope. Yep. I don't know. So it's a Argentinian professional crochet toy designer and founder of Pica-Pow. I think that's how that's pronounced. Anyways, so I went on the hunt to find out what kind of yarn would work best, because I believe I looked in this book and tried to find like what they used, and I can't remember if I found it or not, but in my research online, I did come across, they do actually have their own yarn, Pica-Pow yarn, but they didn't have all the colors I wanted available, so I did not order that. I actually ended up just ordering from Wool Warehouse. I ordered drops. So I ordered all the colors I needed. I'm hoping I ordered enough of some of the colors. So we have Drops Cotton Light. It's a 50% cotton, 50% polyester. It's DK weight. I think it's DK weight. Oh, there's no color names on here. So I got a pink one, a yellow one. I got 4 of the blue for the whale and 3 for the whale's tummy. 3 of the white, sorry, or the cream, this cream color. So the numbers, there's just numbers, not color names. I got a light blue, and then I got a peachy color. It's peachy color. And then for the dinosaur, I got this mint color. So these are the, oh, come on. These are the colors that I picked. Try to keep it as close to the originals just because the kids really liked them. I think for the whale though, I'll use whatever's extra because these colors are for the spikes of the dinosaur. So whatever's left over of this, I can make the hat and the the lifesaver. You know, the little ring. Anyways, if my son wants it. He's really just interested in the whale at the moment. But yeah, I'm hoping to get one of these started this month, just because I know they would like them. Yeah, Wool Warehouse. I actually spent, this was only €22, right? Pounds, British pounds, right? Yes, British pounds. Sorry, I always have to remember what the euro sign looks like. This is 22 British pounds and 24 pence total, and that's with shipping because I do the cheapest shipping available, which doesn't have tracking, but that's okay, and it's only £4.99. Yeah, 22 bucks for all that. I'm hoping it is a nice yarn to crochet with. It's definitely plied, so I know it'll probably split. But yeah, that is the plan. There's also a little seagull. My daughter was unsure if she wanted the seagull or the dinosaur, but she went with the dinosaur. Again, I really love the chicken and the snail. So many beautiful little animals in here. Is there a picture with all of them I can show you? Again, I don't know if I showed you this last time, so if I did, I apologize. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh, there's a little moth. There's a little moth in this one. These are so adorable. There's a little ostrich with a beret, a squirrel. They're just so cute. So that's one of the plans. I guess that's it really, because now this is just other stuff. I got a book. This is from Pom Pom, right? It's it was on sale because, you know, Pom Pom, if you're unaware, Pom Pom has gone out of business. I'm still waiting, unfortunately, on my last issue of Pom Pom magazine. It was a pre-order. I was supposed to get it earlier in January, and unfortunately I got an email saying I was part of the batch that did not get sent out before the, you know, mainstream was able to get it. So I'm still waiting on mine. I do have the digital downloads, but I do not have the physical copy. But this was one of the books on sale from Pom Pom. And I really was interested in this. This is called Knits About Winter by Emily, is it Emily Fodder? Yeah, Fodden, sorry. Emily Fodden. It's a beautiful book. Absolutely pretty. There's some beautiful patterns in here that I think I might knit. Let's see here. The East Wind jacket. This one's pretty popular. That one's really pretty. So I'll probably knit this at some point, considering how much I love my Miles shirt jacket by Ozetta. The shawl that's in here is very beautiful. What is this called? Snowdrift. It's really pretty. There's some socks in here, a hat, mittens. a sweater called Barn. It's not terrible. There's another shawl in here that I'm not thrilled about because it's a wrap. I'm not a big fan of those. It's pretty though. Okay, the Persephone mittens are beautiful. Yes, these are some beautiful mittens. And what's really cool in here is that she actually has mitten liners. So you can knit mitten liners and then knit the other ones and then have double thick mittens. Very pretty. This Soiree, I think that's how that's pronounced. This one caught my eye. Let's see here if there's another picture. There's not. This one caught my eye when I was looking at the Pom Pom magazines, like past issues, because it was in the May 2017 issue. But I decided not to buy the issue because that was the only pattern I liked. And then when I got this book, I realized that pattern actually came in this book. So I was like, oh, well, perfect. I don't know how well you can see it there. Some beautiful details. That's really in this picture, which is hard to show you. I can't really see, but you see that? That's down the underarm, I believe. Yeah, I believe that's down the underarm. This is pretty. It's called Frost. I don't know if I would knit it, just because it's probably a lot of work. It looks like it's mostly mohair. Anyway, I thought this was a lovely addition to my collection. Then my friend, my neighbor, my coworker, she gifted me this book. She said she found this at the dollar store. It's called Knitted Letters. It's hardcover. It just has a bunch of different patterns to just knit things with letters. It's pretty cool. Different things. What else? There's these little blocks. I like, let's see where to go. Ooh, this sweater right here. I do like this sweater. It's called the Ladies Paris sweater. It's just a plain, I think, you know, I don't know if it's a raglan. Hold on. Is it a raglan? I know it's bottom up, raglan style. Yes, raglan style. And there's this word Paris on the sleeve, but you can change it out to whatever you want. But I thought it was kind of cute. This is the only picture they have, but I can kind of imagine what it looks like, and I kind of like that. Yep, this was gifted to me, and that's it for knit things. I have two more things. I have this that I purchased. As you might have noticed, I have new glasses. They are from Pair Eyewear. I finally decided to get myself a pair. And I'm very, very happy with them. I really, really like them. So I got the Otis. This is the Otis frame. So with Pair Eyewear, the frame with prescription is only $60, which is really, really a good price. You can get your main ones. You can get them in pink, blue, clear, tortoiseshell, black. Maybe there's one more. So you can get them, you know. Anyway, so I got the clear. I was nervous about getting the clear just because I've tried clear glasses on in person, like at a eye doctor place, and I never thought they looked good on me. So I was nervous, but with Pair Eyewear, they have things called toppers. So I was like, okay, well, if I don't like it, I'll just have a topper on all the time. Well, they came, and I actually really like these on me. I think they look well. But here's the part that I love the most about Pair Eyewear, is they are customizable. So reason why I wanted to get these is because I didn't want to wear contacts. I don't like wearing contacts for a long period of time because they do really mess with my eyes. But I want to be able to wear sunglasses. With Pair Eyewear, I can wear sunglasses. They're just magnets. So there's that, and they have different styles of sunglasses. They're called sun toppers. I just got the plain black ones. They work. But again, like I was saying, you can customize your glasses. So I wasn't sure if I'd like the clear. So I did get myself a torty topper, which I think I'm going to wear today to work. And not only do I have to have it like this, but I can take these off and I can make my sunglasses torty. So I think that is the plan today, to wear the torties. I'm really excited to buy some more toppers. And then I got one for Valentine's Day because they do have a lot of fun ones. And so I got Valentine's Day ones. They have little hearts all over them. So yeah, they're just little, they're kind of expensive for this little piece of plastic or whatever it is. It's a little expensive. I found, while searching on Etsy, I wanted to find, I didn't want to have to carry this around because it's not like I take my glasses off. I need my glasses on at all times. So I'm just like, I don't want to carry this thing around to protect this. So I went on Etsy to find like some kind of case or holder, and somebody makes like a little badge thing that you can stick these in. So I ordered that. But when I was searching, I found that there are people who actually make resin, these thingies, like just toppers, like different colors and whatnot. So that's kind of cool. There's somebody who's selling a mold and you can make your own. Just kind of cool. But these are for Valentine's Day. Very fun. I really like them. I just stack them all on. No, it's too thick that way, but I really love this and I can't wait to order more. I'm thinking about getting a green one for March, and I don't know, there's cats, there's glitter, there's sports teams, there's all sorts. I know they do Halloween, they do Christmas, they do just colors, they do gradients. You can get pretty much anything. It was really, really hard to keep it limited because again, these are a little expensive. They're $25 a piece. So I didn't want to go too crazy. So in all, when I ordered all three of these together, and I think I had $5 off for your first pair of frames, I think I spent $130 total, which is really, really cheap considering if I go to like an eye place, while there's some places like America's Best that is decent, for me, I'm still spending over $100 for just a regular pair of glasses. I know Target. I went to Target once to look at glasses and they wanted over $400. So I don't get to see for free. That's not, I gotta keep it, I have to keep it low. So this was a really great option. I really am really happy about this. Okay, it's 55 minutes in. I gotta go to work soon. So let's go ahead and get into the last bit. Reading, which is reading. I know I don't typically talk about what I'm reading. I'm reading all the time. I do read every day. I just typically don't talk about it with you guys, but I figured, why not start? I really enjoy what I've been reading lately, and there's been some exciting stuff, and I've got books now. I typically just borrow from the library, but lately I've been wanting to get trophies for the things that I've read. I.e., technically, I just want to reread a lot of the books that I've read in the past. So I've started getting them physical copy because I found out about bookoutlet.com, which is a really cheap website for books. I just actually signed up for Book of the Month in January, and I have the first book here. I'm almost done with it. Like, I'll probably finish it tonight. I just picked my book for February. I have a just new release here. I'll have a new release in February. So yeah, books. Anyways, so Book of the Month Club, I decided to sign up because my first book was only like $5 or something like that. And I'm really, really happy so far. I am very particular about the books I like to read. I prefer fantasy, dystopian, nonfiction. Those are really it. Fantasy. I will sometimes venture out into other things, but it's very rare. Thriller is kind of getting up in there now. So with the book of the month, for some reason, I don't know how or why or anything, if this is normal, but I was able to pick my book and they gave me a free audiobook. And so the audiobook, none of the audiobooks were that great. So I picked one that seemed like the best one, and it was like a murder mystery, and it was actually really, really good. So did not hate that. So maybe there's one book that I read the synopsis for while I was at Target the other day, and I think it's I forgot the name of the author, but they're pretty popular. Riley something. I don't know, it seems good. It's a murder mystery, and so I think that's another genre that I probably like. But yeah, anyways, January's book, if you have seen it, this was all over my Instagram feed, like as an ad for like the longest time. This Butcher and Blackbird by Bryn Weaver. It's actually really, really good. Like I said, I'm almost done. So there's still a little bit more to go. There's something, there could be a change. I got really nervous last night when reading this because I thought something bad was going to happen. But it's got murder, it's got smut, or you should call it spice. It's funny. It's the Ruinous Love trilogy. Let's see here. If you're unaware, it's a viral friends to lover dark romantic comedy full of murder, chaos, and sizzling chemistry. The spice in it is not to my taste, but it's okay. It's funny. It's just funny. There at the beginning of the book, there's a content and trigger warning list that goes to the next page. And so I know that not everybody is interested in things like this, but I just thought this was hilarious because the very first thing on this trigger warning list is eyeballs and eye sockets. But then, they talk about like chainsaws, axe, knives, and scalpels, accidental cannibalism, and then not so accidental cannibalism, lobotomy, ill-advised use of kitchen implements. This lady wrote, "I'm sorry about the cookies and cream ice cream. I'm really not," which is hilarious. And then just some other things. And then I've never seen this before in a book, but the author has a playlist with song recommendations for each individual chapter. I have not. Dang, I got 2 chapters left and then the epilogue. I haven't listened to any of the music on this. I typically read at night while my husband is falling asleep, so I'm just like, I'm not going to listen to anything. I'm not going to put my AirPods in and listen. So yeah, I got 2 chapters left. I'll finish this tonight. But yeah, I have thoroughly enjoyed this book. Like it's just been great. Okay. I highly recommend it. If you are okay with murder and gore, and like if this was a movie, I could not watch this at all. I could not watch this, but reading it, I'm completely okay with it. If I was listening to an audiobook, I could probably deal with it just fine. I could not watch it, but yes, there's lots of spice. There's a little bit on the extreme side of spice that I'm not like. I was like, there's one where I'm like, ew, gross, no. But the rest of the stuff in this is pretty stinking good. So I highly recommend Butcher and Blackbird. I liked it. And it's a trilogy, which I'm kind of finding hard to think how this would go. I mean, granted, I guess I have 2 more chapters, but I'm like, how could it go past this? So I have this one. And then the next book that I'm going to read just came out yesterday. Sarah J. Maas's A House of Flame and Shadow. This is Crescent City book number 3. And it's freaking huge. But it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I love the cover art. I love the fact that it's printed inside the book. Just absolutely gorgeous. Oops. So I'm really excited to start this one. So I like to see how many pages this is. I do not look at the words. I just glance at the page number. This is 835 pages, I believe. And when I set it next to the other two yesterday, I was like, oh, that's huge compared to, I mean, book number 2 is pretty comparable. So I checked that one. Book number 2 has 804. So 835, 804. And I was like, okay, well, how much is book number 1? Because book number 1 is pretty small compared. Whoa, book. Scared me. Book number 1 has 799 pages. So 36 pages different than book number 3. This does feel like thinner paper though when I checked. So yeah, I've been getting these on release day since the first one came out because one day Amazon, I've already been reading Sarah J. Maas books. I've already done it. So when this one was released, Amazon sent me like a messenger like, hey, we can give this book to you for $8. And I was like, sure, I'll read that for $8. Hardcover, brand new, on the day of release. Sure, read it, enjoyed it. It wasn't my favorite out of the Sarah J. Maas books, but I was like, okay, cool. And then of course I had to get book number 2 when it came out, and I read it then, and I'm so grateful that I did, so I didn't get spoiled. So if you know, you know. If you don't, I mean, you don't have to read these, but I'm just saying, I was grateful I didn't get spoiled. Now I need to hurry up and get on this one so I do not get spoiled at all, because obviously people on TikTok and I'm not on TikTok, but TikTok flows into Instagram. And I don't want to get spoiled. Not like I did for Iron Flame, sorry, of Fourth Wing book number 2. Iron Flame, how I got spoiled that way. I do not want that to happen here. So again, this one's gonna get started. So yeah, that's what I got going on. And then in a couple days, I'm getting another release. It is from the Woven Kingdom. It's book number 3 in that series. That's by, you know what, I can't pronounce her name, so I'm not gonna try. Her last name is Mafi. She's the lady who did the Shatter Me series. I read that years and years and years ago, actually. But yeah, book number 3 of that comes out on the 7th. And a lot of people have been reading some Brandon Sanderson books. So maybe I need to find out more about those. I'd never heard of that author before, except for his Aragon book, but I never read that either. So I don't know. All right, I gotta go. I gotta get ready for work. I need to brush my teeth, clean up the living room, put deodorant on, maybe some mascara, and go to work. So I need some water too. I will see you guys mid-month. I'll try to do a mid-month check-in to show you where I'm at. Yeah, that is all I have to talk about. I do hope that you have a great day. And have a good one. Bye.